Welcome back to Homemaking with Jazz. So in today's nesting video, we're going to be talking about all things hospital bag. So this is a what's in my hospital bag video. If you're new here, my name is Jasmine. Thank you for tuning in. I am a stay-at-home mom to a 5-year-old, 2-year-old, and then I am pregnant with baby number 3. Obviously, baby number 3, this is my 3rd time doing this, so I think I have a pretty good idea of what I need in the hospital. So what I really focus on is what will make me feel the most comfortable throughout the whole hospital stay. So I'm not going to call this minimal, because minimal is kind of depends on the person and what they consider minimal. But I tried to pack what is necessary for me. So I hope this helps you if you're a first-time mom. Even if you're not a first-time mom, you're a second-time mom, third-time mom, and you're just trying to remember the things that you need in the hospital, I hope this video helps you in some way. But yeah, my advice to you, especially if you're a first-time mom, is to pack what will make you feel comfortable. So you'll notice if you're watching a lot of like hospital bag videos, people prefer different things. So you kind of have to get a feel for what you personally like. But it is good to watch these kind of videos to just kind of give you an idea. But for me, I just know with it being my 3rd that this is what's going to work. So we're going to get straight to the point. I'm going to start off with the actual bag that I have. This is a suitcase. It is a carry-on suitcase, so it's not full-sized. I thought about doing a duffel bag this time. My first, I had a duffel bag. My second, I had a travel or a carry-on suitcase. And the reason why I'm choosing a carry-on suitcase again this time is because I just feel like it makes it easier for my husband to carry. He's carrying a duffel bag, so I don't want him to have like 2 duffel bags, even though he really doesn't care. I asked him his preference and he was like, I don't care, whatever you want to do, I'll carry it. But with the carry-on suitcase, you can just kind of roll it and he can have 1 duffel bag as opposed to 2. So I feel like it makes it easier on him. So that's why I'm doing the carry-on suitcase. And then I pack everything in packing cubes because it just makes it easier. Once again, for him, like if I'm in the recovery room and I need him to get something out of my bag, everything's separated. So baby has her own packing cube. I have my own packing cube. So it's not like everything is just thrown in the suitcase. So it just helps with organization, which I'm big on. If you watch this channel, if you watch all of my previous videos, I'm big on organization. So we're gonna start off with, we'll start off with my stuff. No, we're gonna start off with baby stuff. So some people, they put the baby stuff in the diaper bag. The diaper bags that I have, I don't really want to use, and I don't have like a new one right now. So I'm not doing that. I wouldn't do that anyway. I think with my son, and my daughter, I didn't take the diaper bag. I just kind of put their stuff with mine. So her stuff is in my suitcase. Like I said, she has her own packing cube. So we're gonna go through everything. So to start off, I do want to give a disclaimer that the hospital really gives you everything that you need for baby. You really don't have to do much. Like if you just went into labor spontaneously, didn't have your hospital bag, you would make it. Like it would be okay. But there are things that you can bring from home to make things more cozy and, you know, more comfortable for you, like I said. So I'm going to bring a couple of burp cloths, just 2. I think 2 will be fine. Usually for my other 2, the babies will be in like a onesie and the hospital will swaddle them in like the little hospital blanket that they give you. I am going to bring one of our Velcro swaddles. We are a Velcro swaddle family. I don't do the receiving blankets and having to do all the swaddling. I don't do that. I like Velcro. My husband usually will swaddle them in the hospital blanket while we're in the hospital. But I'm just going to bring this just in case he wants to use it. So, may or may not get used. My rule of thumb is if it fits in the bag, you can bring it. And it fits in this packing cube. So, we're going to bring it just in case we want to switch over to that. The baby nail filer. So as we all know, babies can come out with very sharp nails. I bought this with my son to the hospital and I don't think I used it, but personally I think I would just rather have it and not need it than need it and not have it. So I'm gonna pack it again. I usually get a different brand off Amazon. This is my first time using the Mom Cozy nail filer, but you know, they all do the same thing. So I'm gonna bring it just in case I need to file baby's nails. May or may not get used. Next up is the Hatch. I think it's called the Hatch Go. It's the portable Hatch. So I love the Hatch so much. My daughter had one, my son has one, and of course baby number 3 has a Hatch as well. But I usually bring the whole Hatch to the hospital. I think with my first, I don't know if I did it with my first. My second, I know for a fact I packed the Hatch because I love it that much for the sound and then the night light. But since we have the Hatch portable one this time around, I'm just gonna bring this instead of the big Hatch. And then I was influenced on TikTok to get the little egg nightlight. So I'm going to pack this. I'm gonna pack this because this is just the sound machine. So the only reason why I got this is because when we're traveling, this is not a night light. Like the big Hatch is a night light and a sound machine. So this is the sound, this is the little night light. So I think I might pack this just in case we need like a little night light for like middle of the night feedings in the hospital, or if it's late at night and we don't want the big overhead light on, I may pack this. Undecided, but yeah. Hatch. I'm super excited about my portable Hatch this time around. And then like for after the hospital, for the diaper bag, you can just kind of clip it on the diaper bag. So if you're in the car, wherever you are, you always have a sound machine. So I'm bringing this. We always use the sound machine in the hospital, so I know it will get used. And then I'm also going to bring her one baby blanket just to be cozy in, just for us to snuggle up in. And I love this blanket, so I will be bringing that. So you really don't need much when it comes to clothes in the hospital. I'm going to bring a few different options just to have, just in case. My experience with my first 2, like I said before, they pretty much stay in onesies and swaddled up the entire time. So this is not necessary, but I'm going to bring them just in case. So I have newborn, 2 newborn, and 1 0 to 3. Now these are sleepers, so she'll come home in one of these outfits. And then if we want to put her in one of these while we're there, we will. But she'll probably just stay in like a regular onesie, like I said, the whole time. So I got newborn and 0 to 3 because, once again, you don't know baby size. So I just want to make sure I'm covered just in case she is bigger than newborn and she needs the 0 to 3 size. My babies are usually not big if I'm basing it off of my previous experience. So I'm not anticipating her being bigger than the newborn, but you never know. So we're going to be prepared. I'd rather be safe than sorry. And then I'm going to bring these little baby hats. I brought 3 just so I'll have options to match them up with the sleepers that I'm bringing. I am giving birth during the colder months, so these are a necessity. I guess if you have like a summer baby, you might not need hats, or maybe so. I don't know. My children are born in like the fall and the winter time, so I've never had a summer baby. But for me, the hats are necessary to make sure her head is covered. And then I do have 1 pair of mittens, or 2 pair. I have 2 pair of mittens. So I probably won't even use those mittens, to be honest. I'm bringing them just in case. Because most of the sleepers have like the mittens built in like this. So this onesie is the same way. The sleepers are the same way. And then if we need to, we can just cover her little hands with the onesie. So I have 1 newborn onesie, or 2 newborn. 2 newborn. I may switch it and do 1 newborn, 1 0 to 3, just in case. We'll see. But my recommendation would be to have maybe at the bare minimum, I would say 2 onesies, 2 sleepers. And maybe if you want a cute going home outfit, then you can pack that as well. She'll probably come home in this one that says little sister, because she is the baby now. But yeah, you don't need much. You really don't. Like I said, I'm not going to use all of these clothes. This is just so I have options, because I would rather be safe than sorry. moving on to mom's items. So for myself, I always bring slippers just so I can feel the most comfortable once again in the hospital. I always get a new pair of slippers, so I never bring the ones from home. I don't know why. I just prefer to have new slippers for the hospital. So I got these. I got these at Ross for like $8, I think. So you don't have to spend a lot of money on like slippers and stuff for your hospital bag. Just go to like Ross, Marshalls, TJ Maxx, Burlington, and find you a little pair of slippers to throw in your bag. So I have some grippy socks. These are the non-slip socks. They have, I think it's a pack of 3, the Dr. Scholl's at Walmart. So once again, you can find cheap grippy socks to put in your bag. And then I also have, a regular pair of socks. Probably won't use these, but I put them in here anyway. I usually just kind of stay in these, and then I might wear the regular socks home. Then when it comes to bras, I will probably wear one nursing bra to the hospital. That's how I usually do it. So I have one on, and then I just have 2 in my bag. You're gonna need nursing bras, especially if you're trying to breastfeed. So make sure that you pack those. You don't want to forget those. Okay, moving on to clothes. So I have these pair of pajamas, pants, and then for breastfeeding, postpartum recovery, all of that, it's so much easier to have the pajamas that have the buttons. So you can just unbutton it. The doctors can do what they need to do when they like compress on your stomach. It's really easy. And then for breastfeeding, it's easy as well. So I have this. This is a short sleeve set. This is the same thing, pants, short sleeve, pajama set with the buttons. And then I usually only bring 2 pair of pajamas to use while I'm in the hospital, and that's been fine for me every single time. And then you need a going home outfit. So I have a 3rd pair of pajamas, which is long sleeve. Sometimes I'll pack like a long sleeve and a short sleeve, so I have options just in case I get hot. But this time around, I might use this as my going home outfit, which I guess may sound crazy. With my first child, I actually had a going home outfit. My second, I just came home in pajamas. So this time, I'm like, do I want to go find a going home outfit, or can I just go home in pajamas? Because I'm coming straight home. And so, I don't know. I think maybe it's the 3rd child. I'm just thinking more logically. And I came home in pajamas my second time around, and then I changed when I got home into something more comfortable, or change into whatever I wanted to. So I think I might do that this time around. I might just come home in my long sleeve PJs and then have these 2 to wear while I'm actually at the hospital. We'll see. If I go somewhere and I find a going home outfit, then I'll just replace these pajamas and put the going home outfit in here. But as for now, I'll be coming home in pajamas. You're coming straight home. I mean, you're not, this is not a fashion show. You just want to make sure that you wear something, I guess, that makes you feel comfortable and makes you feel put together. But as long as I have a clean pajama set, I'm good to go. So that's all I'm bringing for me. So like I said, socks, you need non-slip socks for sure, nursing bras, pajama sets, preferably the ones with the buttons for easy access for breastfeeding, and some slippers, and a going home outfit. That's it. That's all you need. And all of it fits in this one little packing cube, which is a plus. Okay, so before we move on to toiletries and everything like that, I'm going to go through like some of the miscellaneous items that I'm bringing for myself. So I still have these packaged up. It's just sticking. Uh-oh. I still have these packaged up just so they won't break while they're in here. But these are my postnatals. So instead of bringing my prenatals, I'm going to bring my postnatals. It's just the Mega Food brand that has the moringa leaf for lactation support. I'm going to start taking these while I'm in the hospital right after I have baby. Then I bought some nursing pads. I just threw a bunch in here. Usually my milk is not like leaking while I'm in the hospital. It takes a couple days to really come in the beginning, you know, it's just like that colostrum. So I probably won't need these, but I'm just going to bring them just in case. You never know. I'm also going to bring some nipple balm. And then this is my absolute favorite. So it is the After Ease by Wish Garden. I have used this with my first 2 children, and I will be using it again. So with the After Ease, it's for after birth contractions. I've heard that they get worse every child that you have, and this is my 3rd, so we'll see. But pretty much all you do is like you pump a couple of drops into water or juice. Like with my son, I was just pumping into the cranberry juice. I would just ask them for juice and then pump it in the cranberry juice, and then I would drink it every few hours. And it's supposed to help with the afterbirth contraction. So I never go into labor and delivery without this. This is tried and true. You have to have this. And then I'm also trying some different supplements from them. I'm not taking them to the hospital because this is the supplement that I'll focus on while I'm there, and then I'll switch over when I come home to my other supplements. But they have the baby blues supplements, which kind of helps with like your mood support right after you have a baby. And then they have the hormone balancing supplement to kind of help your hormones come back down to earth. So we'll be using those, but definitely have to have my afterbirth that I use after I push baby out. So I'm packing all of this in this small packing cube. This is something that I'll take out of the hospital bag, and I'll just have it like beside me, bedside. So I have access to like the nipple cream, my supplements, and everything right there. So like I said, the packing cubes really, really help separate everything so you won't be confused and trying to figure out where stuff is in your bag. Get you some packing cubes. Okay, so I'm still debating this one. I have never bought a heating pad to the hospital, but I think I might bring it this time just to prioritize my comfort. Like if I'm in any pain or have any back pain. Specifically, I'm thinking after the baby. Probably I won't use this during birth. It'll be for after. I may or may not keep this in my bag. So we'll see. I've seen some people bring heating pads. And I was like, oh, maybe I can try that this time. We'll see if I decide to keep it. But in the second part of the suitcase, I have my toiletry items. So we'll go through that really quick. So I am one of those people that brings my own towel and washcloth to the hospital. It's just what I prefer. I have heard that the hospital towels are kind of like thin. I wouldn't know because both times I brought my own towel and washcloth. I just prefer that. So did that. My husband is also bringing a towel and washcloth for himself. And then this packing cube, I have all of my toiletry and postpartum recovery items. So first things first, you need shower shoes. I just got some cheap sandals from Walmart. I got these from Walmart. Old Navy, Target, I think even Marshalls might have some of these. You can find these everywhere. So just some regular little flip-flops or whatever you use for shower shoes. Okay, I have my little toiletry bag, which consists of a disposable shower cap. I have some lotion. I have a little travel size mouthwash, travel size deodorant, travel size body wash, and then I use this little travel size bottle to put my face wash in. And then I also have toothbrush, travel size toothpaste, floss sticks, just some little things to make me feel a little bit more put together when I take my first shower. I am not one of those people that does makeup, so if you're into that, then maybe you can pack like a few things to make yourself feel put together if you're into makeup. So getting into the recovery side of things, I swear by this. It's the, I don't know if it's perineal or perennial. I don't know how to pronounce the word, but it's the Earth Mama spray. I will have all of these items listed in the description box below in my Amazon storefront. So this is the spray from Earth Mama, and it just provides like a cooling sensation down there after you have a baby. So I love this so much. I have 2 bottles of it because I go through it. I think I used it with my first, my second, and this time I'll be using it again. So I will not go into labor and postpartum recovery without this. This is a must-have for me. So this I use in place of like Dermaplast, because they usually give you like Dermaplast in the hospital, but this is what I prefer. Like I said earlier, you really don't have to bring postpartum recovery items. The hospital will provide everything that you need. However, especially me being a third-time mom, I know what I like and my comfort level, so I bring my own stuff. I'm still going to use what they have, and I'm going to try to save as much as this stuff to come home with, but I'd rather have it if I want to switch out anything, because I know what I like at this point. So I also have the Freedom Mom relief foam. I don't know if I've used this. I can't remember. So this will be something new that I'm trying. But I've heard good things, so I'm excited to try this out. I also have the Freedom Mom cooling pad liners. These are kind of like the tucks that they give you in the hospital. They gave them to me the first time around. So the tucks are the circles, and then the Freedom Mom liners are the long rectangular ones. So I prefer the long rectangular ones. So that's the only difference between those two. So we all know what this is. This is the Peri bottle from Freedom Mom. The hospital does give you a Peri bottle. Like I said, they provide pretty much everything you need. But the Peri bottle that they give you in the hospital is just like a squeeze bottle. It doesn't have that angled tip, and you need this. Trust me. Get this, take it to the hospital, bring it home, use it at home. You need this. This is so much better than what they give you at the hospital. So this is a must-have for me. Few more items that I want to bring to the hospital. These are the Freedom Mom boy shorts. They do give you like disposable underwear in the hospital to wear right after you have a baby, but I usually wear those maybe like right after I have the baby, 1 or 2, and then I like to switch over to my own things because I don't really prefer those. I use like a couple of them, but I did get a pack of these, so I use this with my seconds. I didn't use it with my first, and they're good. I like them, so I got a pair of these, and then I also got like the disposable underwear to bring as well. That's what I really prefer. But these, I do like the Freedom Mom boy shorts as well, so I'm bringing both. Definitely probably won't use all of these, but I'd rather be safe than sorry. And then I also have some to use at home. And then I have like the Honey Pot postpartum pads as well. They do give you the pads that you need in the hospital. So that's what I have for recovery for postpartum. I can't emphasize enough, please do not feel pressured to go and buy a bunch of stuff to take to the hospital. Some people prefer to just leave their stuff at home and use what the hospital has, and I just do a little bit of both. So that's just my cup of tea. So a few more items that I am bringing that aren't going to be in my actual suitcase. I always bring Boppy. I love the Boppy. Can't live without my Boppy. And it just helps with breastfeeding. So I'm going to bring my Boppy. I'll probably leave it in the car. And then once I actually have her, I'll tell my husband to go to the car to get it. Unless he just wants to bring it in with all the stuff when we're going in for labor. That's kind of up to him. But you don't need it until after the baby gets here. But I always bring my Boppy. And then I also bring a cozy blanket for me. My husband brought me this blanket. He went somewhere and then bought this blanket for me. So I wanted to save it for labor and delivery. It has a bear on it. So it's kind of like a mama bear blanket is what he was thinking. So I thought it was cute. I'm going to save it. And my first time using it will be in the hospital. So I always bring a blanket. It just makes me feel a little bit more at home while I am in the hospital. Last but not least, when I have a suitcase that I'm taking into labor and delivery, I also pack a labor bag. And I do this so the things that I want for labor, my husband doesn't have to go through the suitcase for to find. So everything that's in the suitcase will be used for after baby. And then I have like a little book bag. I think with my son, I just had like a little fanny pack of things that I need actually during labor. So these items may not stay in this bag specifically. I just found this bag in my closet and put the stuff in here. So I might switch out the actual bag that it's in. But we're going to go through this really quick. So for reference, I have been induced twice for medical reasons. My first, I was induced. Second, I was induced. So this time, I'm not really sure how it's going to go. When you're induced, the process can be a little bit longer. So somebody that spontaneously goes into labor may not need any of this. If they have like a quick labor they show up already dilated, baby's almost out. But that's not my stories. In the past, I've actually been, like I said, induced. So that's why I have some of these items to kind of make the process smoother. But I do have a scrunchie in here for my hair, so I can pull up my hair if I need to. I have chapstick. You probably have heard the lips get really dry during labor, so I just always make sure I have chapstick. So I put that in there. I have a pack of gum just in case it's needed, and I have another hair scrunchie. This is something new that I'm trying this time around. So it is a labor comb. I have never had an epidural. I didn't have an epidural with my first, not with my second, and don't plan to have an epidural with this baby. So I was looking for different ways to manage pain. And I've heard about the birthing comb. So I wanted to try it this time around. It's supposed to like get your mind off of the pain of the contraction, and you're supposed to like squeeze the comb. And then there's this little, I don't know what you call it, but it's like a little spiky ball that you squeeze, and the spikes are supposed to redirect your brain to this and not the contraction. So we'll see if this actually works or if it helps me. I have no clue. Like I said, this is something new that I'm trying. And then in here I have some lotion, I have some Kleenex, and then I also have some disinfectant wipes. I like to just carry these just in case I have to wipe anything down, or if I'm feeling like something's dirty and I just want to clean up a little bit. I have some disinfectant wipes. I also have my charger in here. I'm going to take it out the box. I just got it, but this is a 10-foot charger. So when you're in the hospital, most of the time the outlets are far from the bed. So I always bring like an extra long charger. And then my husband does have like a portable charger as well, so we can keep our devices close and we can actually reach them while they're charging. So I do have a 10-foot charger. I do have another pair of the non-slip grippy socks. The reason why I have two, with my first daughter, I was so glad that I brought two because I wore one during labor, and then they got so nasty with like the fluids and everything that goes on when you have a baby. I ended up telling them to just throw those socks away. And then I was so glad I had an extra pair to use during the recovery process. So I bring two, one for labor. If they get all nasty during labor, I'm fine with just throwing them away. And then I have another pair to put on once I'm able to take a shower and clean up. Also bringing a stroller fan. This is a must-have. I get so hot during labor with my son. I was definitely overheated. So I bring this little stroller fan. And then, you know, you can kind of wrap it around the bed or put it wherever you need it to be. I've already made sure that it was charged. So, yeah, it has pretty good battery life. I'll probably bring the charger just in case. But, yeah, definitely need a fan for if you're getting hot during labor. And then at the bottom of the bag, I just kind of threw a few snacks in here. I'm probably going to do like a little snack bag and keep it in my husband's bag. And that's just for snacks for him, first of all, during labor, because you never know how long it'll be. So I'll make sure he has snacks. And then for me, after labor, when you're like in the middle of the night, if you get hungry or during your hospital stay, just bring a few snacks. I try to do like breastfeeding friendly snacks, healthier snacks. So I have like some kind mini bars, like granola, oats, those type of things, nuts, seeds. Anything that's good for breastfeeding. So I just threw these in here for now. I still need to finish like a whole snack bag. But these will probably end up going in my husband's bag. These are all of the items that I like to use during my hospital stay to make me feel the most comfortable. I hope you found this video helpful. Like I said, all of the items will be listed in my Amazon storefront. That's included in the description box below. So definitely check that out. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe. I would love to have you here, a part of the family. Give this video a thumbs up and leave me a comment if you include anything different in your hospital bag. I would love to hear about it. Or if you include some of the same items, let me know that as well. And I will see you guys in the next video.